Spirit City Lofi Sessions is a game that's been out for a little while now. I'm a little late to the party with using it, but it is a tool that gamifies productivity, essentially. And it comes with a couple of nice, relaxing lo-fi soundtracks. And the game is very much based around the lo-fi girl-esque aesthetic. And I have been using this tool mostly for YouTube stuff, but also for a little bit of making my updated VTuber model lately. But we're going to be looking over the basic features of the game first, and then I'll kind of go over the update as well. So the first thing we're going to cover is actually the music. So I'll show you in the game. There is, right down here, a whole soundtrack, actually multiple soundtracks of lo-fi music that you can listen to in the background. They are all streamer friendly. That's actually what we're listening to in the background right now. And actually in today's update, they just made a whole new album called Refreshing Study Sessions. And I have found that I've been really enjoying all of these albums. And I haven't really gotten tired of listening to the same soundtracks over and over. There's enough variety here that there is over, I think, 100 songs and over 4 hours. There is plenty of songs for you to listen to while you are utilizing the other tools. So I want to kind of go over the different features with you guys first before we go into the update. So other than the music, you can also, if you would like in the game, you can go to the built-in browser and you're able to find your own lo-fi radio of choice or any music playlist of your choice, really. And it automatically opens the YouTube browser. It does default to the Homework Radio page, which is the creator of all the lo-fi music in this game. So besides music, though, there is sounds. So we'll go over some of the sounds next. So if you're in the game, you can go to sounds, which is right here. And there are many different sounds to choose from. So there is soothing rain, cozy fireplace, and some of these match very well with the other aesthetics in the room. So for example, the rain, if you noticed, it actually rains outside in the game. And then same thing for the fireplace. If I go to relax by the fireplace, you'll see it's off without the sound on. But as soon as I increase the sound a little bit, we'll just gently have a fire. But if you turn this up all the way, you get a roaring fire. There's also a vinyl record right here, you'll see. And if you turn that on, you'll actually hear not only the vinyl record play, but the actual vinyl record will have a visual aid with it. Wind, if we notice, if we go back to the window, if you have the wind going, it changes how much wind there is outside. Forest night, you can change all of the different times of day. So we have morning, afternoon, and you'll see the lighting is changing with each of these. And night. So very, very nice for ambiance. And then if I wanted to have some night sounds, it turns on the lights outside with some fireflies and you get all those cool ambiance noises. And then let's also do tasty sizzling. So if you like food noises in the background, and then similarly, you can maybe go to your desk and pretend you're typing and then turn on typing noises. We got birds singing is an option, so that might make more sense for maybe the morning. So very cool. It's a good way to get that lo-fi girl aesthetic. This is probably the quintessential lo-fi girl right here. And then we have the different noises. So if you don't know what like white, pink, and brown noise are, it's different static noises. So we'll play the white noise first. So white noise is kind of a consistent noise that happens, and white noise is used for sound masking mostly, but it's had studies for it can improve focus, it can aid in sleep, and it's actually used, I believe, in sound therapy for people with tinnitus. And then we have pink noise. So this is more deep in its noise level. It's supposed to be more natural sounding. And then it's also used for people to help them sleep, to help them relax. And it's also, again, a sound masker. And then there's brown noise, which is even deeper than pink noise. And again, it's used for relaxation sleep improvement, and sound masking mostly. So those are the different noises available. And then there's new sounds with a new update. So there's cat purring, a whispering creek, an ocean serenade, and then there's a distant cityscape. That's also one of the new ones. So it looks like some traffic noises, nothing too abrupt as far as I can tell. But let's go over the actual tools next. So again, the intention of this is to be able to gamify productivity. And in order to do that, it does give you some productivity tools. So one of those is a to-do list, and you can have multiple lists here. So if I wanted to add a new list, you can just name it test list and then confirm list, and then you can switch the tabs between all these different lists. So I actually made a list for today's stream. So we covered what is Lofi Sessions at the beginning, as well as the soundtrack and the sounds. And you can see there's some fun sound effects as you check mark some of these off. So now we're going to cover the tools offered. Obviously, to-do lists are one of them. You are also able to move around this list, make it bigger, smaller, and then again, we covered the different tabs. The tabs and being able to like move around the list is all new with the new update. So that's one really nice thing about this game is it didn't just like come out and then never do another update. It has had its first big update today, and it's planning to do more updates in the future. So I'm sure they'll be improving the tools and all the customizations you do as time goes along. So besides a to-do list, we'll cover habits next. So there's a habit tracker here. It's a pretty basic habit tracker. So if you want to do something each day, it has all the days of the week, but then you can add as many new habits as you would like. So, you know, say hi on Discord. And if you guys don't already know, there is a Discord server. So if you guys like to join, if you haven't already, that is in the links in the description. And then you can check these off as you go through the week. And then let's say you're at the end of the week and you would like to reset the habit tracker. There's a clear all check marks button right here. And then again, you can reorder these if you would like as well. So that is the habit tracker. And let's cover the journal next. So there is a journal tool in here. You can either free write or there is prompts you could follow. So they have different prompts like what's on my mind this morning? What am I looking forward to today? How does my body feel today? What can I do today to take care of my physical and mental health? What are my top priorities? What are some challenges I might face today and how can I prepare for them? How was my day today? What am I grateful for today? Did I accomplish my goals today? What are the 3 things that were great about your day? And what is the most fun thing I did today? So some of these are like morning planning out your day or getting in the right mindset for the day, or they might be reflection items where you reflect on your day instead. I will warn you though, if you've been to other streams of mine, you know I'm big on safety, and I will warn you that I'm not the biggest fan of electronic journals. So it is a good tool, but be mindful that this is not secure. There is no password protecting this, and anything electronic can be hacked. So don't put your deepest, darkest thoughts into this journal, it would be my recommendation. Instead, maybe following these prompts would be a safe thing to do, or doing this for some other sort of reflection where you wouldn't mind it being exposed if your computer was ever stolen or anything like that. So again, always keep safety in mind. The journal, instead use it like a notepad where you can like remember things for the future. That might be a good way to go. So if you are doing something productive in the background, like homework, for example, and you want to remember something just off the top of your head, but you don't want to pivot away from your current task, this might be a good way to write down your thought. That way you're able to pivot back to the task at hand, but you're also not losing that thought. So that's something you could use the journal for as well. So that's the journal. And I want to cover the tool that everyone is excited for the most in this game, which is the Pomodoro Timer, which I had in the corner up here. Pomodoro Timer is for use for the Pomodoro technique. And if you don't know what the Pomodoro technique is, called Pomodoro because it was literally like a tomato timer that the guy was using that made the technique. But it's where you schedule so many minutes of focus time followed by a short break. So most people tend to do 25-minute focus sessions and then 5-minute breaks. And then that whole thing is called a Pomodoro. And then after so many Pomodoros, which you can add how many Pomodoros you want to do here, you're supposed to take a longer break of at least like 30 minutes or so. But some of the things I want you guys to keep in mind are like kind of the pros and cons of using the Pomodoro technique. I don't think that's talked about enough. There are pros and cons to using a tool like this. So obviously the pro would be this is focus time where you're meant to not do anything else but besides the task at hand. So the one thing you're wanting to keep in mind though is even though the standard is 25 minutes of focus time and 5-minute break, that may not work for everyone. So for me, for example, I typically like longer periods of focus because I don't like being in the zone and then getting interrupted from the zone. So I typically like 15-minute sessions of focus time and then a 10-minute break. So it is customizable, and that is one of the pros of the Pomodoro technique is you can customize it to your own needs. But it does encourage structured breaks, which is good for people who tend to be in the zone for so long they're not catering to their physical needs. And then some people find the timer motivating because when you have a set time to do a task and knowing you only have that set time, it motivates you to stay on task, not have any distractions. And then the act of seeing the timer go down can like maybe motivate you to work a little faster. And then obviously the act of taking the time for so long to do a task in itself is task management. But let's go over the cons. And then again, these are the things I don't think are discussed enough. So one of the things is if you have a hard time getting into the zone, we'll say, and maybe you're just getting into the zone, but then your Pomodoro timer interrupts you. Some people find that very hard to deal with, and it can be quite an adjustment period. But this is also where you might want to say, let's say you do the 25-5 at first, and you find that it's breaking you out of your zone before you would like to stop. That's where you might want to play around with extending the focus time. And then that way you're being mindful to take breaks, but you're having longer sessions of being able to have that heads down time. And then the other thing too is Pomodoro is not suitable for every work environment. So if you are in a landscape, either at home, at school, or at work, where you need constant collaboration, that's more or less a constant distraction. And a timer may not be able to give you that heads down focus time. I really do think Pomodoro is better when you are heads down focused and not so much in a collaboration space. And then the other thing is if you are in a space where you kind of have to, at the drop of the dime, drop what you're doing and be able to help somebody. Let's say if you work in the IT industry, as an example, you may have to not be able to do things like this because you don't have that flexibility to have that focus time, to have that heads down time. So Pomodoro is not the be all end all of focus tools, but it is a very useful tool. And if you are able to be in an environment where you can have heads down focus time, I do think something like a Pomodoro timer can be very useful. So that is all the tools. So let's go ahead and check that off our to-do list. So let's go over customizing our character next. And let's go ahead and close the Pomodoro timer next. So under wardrobe, which that menu is over here on the left, there is a character you're able to customize. Again, it's very similar to Lo-Fi Girl in aesthetic, and you can be a Lo-Fi Boy as too. So this is the one I've made so far. So you can change your skin tones right here, and then I'll just remake my character later. So if I wanted to be a Smurf, you can be blue if you'd like. Otherwise, they do have a variety of skin tones, and then if none of these match a skin tone you were after, then the color wheel is available. So if you want to be any particular color, all of the colors are here. Some people do find the color circle color wheel a little hard to find exact colors. One of the features I would like to see added to the game later is to be able to add the hex code for a color, but hopefully that is a feature they implement in the future. For now, let's go ahead and go with that. And then you can change the body type, but for the sake of being able to see it, let me go ahead and maybe wear something more form-fitting. We'll put that on, and then we'll keep the jeans on for now. So again, you can make yourself a different body type. And then similarly, you can change body size, and it incorporates a variety of body weights here. So we'll go somewhere in the middle for both. And then you are able to change your face shape as well. So there's only 4 face shapes. This is another area I think the game could use some customization features on. So hopefully in a future update, there'll be even more character customizations added. And then there is a variety of hair. So they have both feminine and masculine hair. So we'll kind of cycle through them. I have the green hair on right now, but obviously you can pick and choose. They even have some gradients here, or you could use the color wheel. So if you want a solid color, like a solid red, for example, we can do that. But I would like to see in the game more gradients added, or the ability to add your own gradients. I think that would be super cool. But here's like a turquoise to blue hair. That one's nice. And then this red hair is pretty cool as well. Let's go with like this orange hair for now. And then let's go through all of the different hair. So we got a ponytail, some space buns, and then all kinds of hair in different styles. This is the one I was rocking before. And then I have the headphones on right now, so let me know if you'd like me to take those off. But buzz cut, I don't know if bald is an option. Yeah, it is actually. So if you want to be bald, that's an option. And the hair does have nice movement. Not that your character moves around too much. This one reminds me of, oh, and I forget her name. The teacher from Magic School Bus, Valerie Frizzle. Miss Frizzle, that's her name. I think the hair is very reminiscent of that. Okay, let's go back to the scene. And then there is different head features you can do, including lots of different horns and ears. So we have different horns here, and then let's go ahead and make them red. He kind of matches the hair that way. So again, different horns. This will be nice for different VTubers that are of a certain aesthetic. We got some cat ears here. Could make those match a little better probably. And little deer antlers, some bunny ears. Let's go with the deer antlers for now. And then let's like find like a brown like that. That's kind of cute. And then they have different eyebrows you can choose from as well. So we'll go with this. And then you can customize the eyes. And again, this one, you can do gradients, or you can go from the color wheel. And then they have some very anime-esque eyes, but I think I was using these ones. And then they have different mouths to choose from as well. So we could go with something like this for now. And then obviously they have facial hair as well, if that is something you would like on your character. I think I'm gonna go without it for now. And then you can customize clothing as well. And actually one of the new features is before you purchase something, before you weren't able to preview, but now you can, which is really cool. But they have a variety of headphones. That one's kind of cool for this character maybe. And then they have yarn hats, which knitting is one of the activities you can do. And I'll show you the activities here in a moment. But some of these very much go with different aesthetics. And then this pair of headphones, which is the ones I was using before, matches one of the Spirit companions I'll show you. And then you can have glasses. They have a variety of glasses. So let's go with those ones for now. Variety of tops. And again, you'll see some of these have a cost. You get, I don't know what this is called, like tickets or tokens as you level up and do activities. Basically, you earn them passively from just having the game on in the background. This is not a game you actively play. It's a game you use as a timer or your to-do list and your basically soundtrack in the background. And then you're able to level up as you're doing things in other programs. So for me, what I'll do is I'll often have this up and then I'll edit a video in the background or work on my model. And I'll kind of show an example of that later. It's a desktop aesthetic, exactly. So let's go ahead and customize our Mrs. Frizzle wannabe. So she has like a galaxy shirt. Let's see if anything kind of fits that. Honestly, what I have now is not too bad. I don't see anything like galaxy oriented here. So maybe we'll just go with the color scheme. She has a purple dress. This is our reference. Hopefully you guys can see her. She is who we're recreating right now. So the purple's not quite exactly what we want. It might be the closest. Just going for the vibe here. And then she had a dress, so no bottoms, but we can do bottoms instead. So maybe something like that. And then we're home, so we're not gonna do shoes. Let's maybe do slippers instead. Something like that. this game, you are able to have a spirit companion, which you unlock passively from just having the game on in the background. You don't actively have to do anything, but I'll show you how to unlock specific spirits based off what the spirit deck hints at you. So far, I've unlocked the default companion as well as a few others. And then you unlock them by doing specific activities. And again, just having the game running in the background. You don't have to use the Pomodoro Timer or anything to unlock these. The game just has to be running in the background. So let's, for the sake of this, maybe have the little slime with the stapler and everything. And you can unlock colors for the different companions as well. And then if you get the supporters pack, you get this galaxy version as well, which actually would be good for Mrs. Frizzle. And actually, does Mrs. Frizzle have a companion? She has a lizard companion. I don't think I've unlocked a lizard yet. We could go with this bee for now though, and then make it a galaxy bee. So we'll go back and then let's actually cover unlocking spirits next. I actually just unlocked another one. So I saw a little red dot when I clicked on the spirit decks and it unlocked the new spirit for me, Vu to Do. And then we can read a little bit about the one I just unlocked here. So Vu to Do are the manifestations of unfinished task. Sleepless nights spent working and the energy of disorganization can eventually grow into a malevolent spirit. These spirits can be subdued with a well-placed sticky note to the temple, turning them into a much more friendly apparition. A Vu to Do that has been calmed down can be a welcome companion, helping you keep your to-do list in order and reminding you of the importance of taking breaks. But let's see, I can unlock one of two other spirit companions, and it gives you a hint on how to do it. So, what's that smell of the afternoon breeze? Almost like a candle burning. So we can take a guess at that. So we know afternoon, so we can go to lighting, make it afternoon, and then it wanted a breeze, so maybe soothing wind. And then you'll see this is spinning now. That means I have successfully guessed on the correct activity or parameters to unlock this. And as long as the game is running in the background, again, you don't have to be using any of the tools if you don't want. It could just be running in the background. I will slowly unlock a new spirit. You'll also see that I have leveled up just from having the game running in the background. And it looks like I've unlocked another spirit to be able to unlock at some point, as well as some tokens to customize my space. But then we can see you're just able to unlock more spirits as you level up. And then again, you can customize which spirit companion you're using through the menu. So if I wanted to use the to-do guy, I can customize the way he looks. So a variety of different aesthetics. And then I think one of my favorites is actually this spider. It's a yarn spider. I unlocked it through knitting. So let's cover the activities next, actually. So obviously we saw that you can change the lighting. So morning, afternoon, evening, and night. And then you can change the activity. So I'm at my desk typing right now, but I could write instead. You can also game, and then you can draw as well. But there's also, you can look at your entire space if you'd like. It's kind of like a studio apartment, and then you can just assume maybe the kitchen and stuff's in the background. And then you could be on the bed as well. You could just be relaxing or reading or playing on a Nintendo Switch wannabe. You could be by the fireplace on your stack here. And then again, different environments have different options for what activity you can do. We saw the desk already, but you could also be at the bay window. And then again, this one, meditation, is one of the new activities. You can also just be looking out the window if you'd like. And then gaming was the new activity actually as well. So let's meditate maybe. And then let's look at the to-do list. So we've talked about spirits. Now let's talk about what the update gave a lot of new options on, which is customizing your space. So obviously, if I look at the full view, this is the space we're able to customize. And we're able to customize a lot of this. So let's go ahead and do that. So there's a decor tab here, and then you can change the color of the main wall. And again, a lot of these cost tickets to unlock. And there is over 100 new items with the latest update. So there's so much possibilities to customize. So let's kind of just take a look at all these new wallpapers, because some of these are very new to me. Trying to just figure out what I like best. I do like some of these pixel art ones. And then again, you can preview the change before purchasing if you'd like. I still kind of like these sky ones. And then they have like stone wall and stuff if you want to be a more natural aesthetic. Let's maybe have like a Minecraft stone looking thing. I was seeing if there's like a galaxy one that might fit in with, yeah, Mrs. Frizzle's. We're making a room for right now. The sky might also match her, but maybe we'll go with the stars for now. So let's go with the stars. And then for sidewalls, it's all the same wallpapers. And then currently I have brick, but you can change it to wood. But let's maybe change it to something like stone. And then wall boards are, what do I have now? I have brown. And that's this part right here. So you could probably match it to the other one, maybe like continue the stone here. That might look good. And then obviously floor, variety of flooring here, a little less than wallpaper. Let's maybe go with this floor. And then you can change, I think this is the ceiling. What is my current ceiling? Ah, it was the first one. Kind of like that. And then lighting fixtures, which is what's hanging over the bay window. This is the default. And then you can change the color of the default. And then we have some new ones here. So we have some moon and stars, which might match the aesthetic of Mrs. Frizzle a little bit better. I think I'm gonna pick those. And then you can add beam accents. So it's the decor along all of the wall, essentially. And then, you know what? Let's have stars around that. And then for the light fixture, let's do the moon like that. That we have moon and stars. And then you can change the beam around the window as well. So we'll just have it match. And then let's customize the desk next. So there are many new desks with this update. There was not a lot before. So you can have some RPG gamer desks if you'd like, or you can have more traditional looking desks. They even have some sit-stand desks that are very much like the ones you find today. I'm thinking, let's go with this one. They have a variety of chairs, including the basic chairs you see here in a variety of colors. Also this gamer chair in several different colors. Standard office desk, wicker one, all kinds of things, even like kitchen chair looking desk. They even have wheelchairs. All right, main wall decor. I believe that is this area. Oh no, it's this area back here. So many options, and some of them come in several different color schemes. So we have a stars one that could match our current aesthetic of Mrs. Frizzle. This is kind of cool, some retro gaming. And then the side wall decor is over here. And again, a large variety. I had picked flowers before, but we have some more retro gaming. And then you can even do on-desk accessories. So you can have tea in a variety of different cups, ramen, boba. Let's maybe do this tea. And then it comes with a star cookie. And then we have some desk lamps that you can add as well. And flowers, if you'd prefer that. It's a pretty flower. Oh, there's like a flower lamp as well. You can have some plushies. Oh, some of the plushies are the spirits you can unlock. And then candles. Let's do that. Side table is the table right here. It is what your spirit decks actually is on, which is the book we referenced to see how to unlock different spirits. I think I'm gonna go with that. And then instead of the spirit deck showing, you could change the color of the spirit decks or just straight up replace it with books. I think I'm gonna keep the spirit decks as it was. And then you can add a second item though if you'd like. So I think I'm gonna add some books. They have lanterns to choose from, those same flowers you could put on your desk. And then again, the same plushies you can put on your desk. Yarn, all kinds of things. I think I'm gonna go with this book and lantern. And then we can customize our bed next. And again, there are so many new options with the new update, but let's go ahead and preview some. So a lot of these will come in a variety of colors. And then I think I'm gonna pick this one. You can change your bed sheets. See if there's a galaxy one available. Oh, that one's kind of cool. Ah, there is a galaxy one though, so let's pick that. And then you can change the decor above the bed. I think I like that. Change the side table. I'm gonna go with this one. And then you can add an item to the side table if you would like. I think I'm gonna add this plant. And then you can customize the bay window. And again, this is where you would change the background. So we have a cityscape background, another cityscape background, or this almost looks like a seaside. You can see the sea a little bit right here. And then a village with a city all the way in the back. So I might pick this one. Can change the curtains. So with their new aesthetic, I think I wanna go with those purple curtains. And then let's change the cushions as well. So maybe this purple. And then you can change the left and right flowers. to be lights if we'd like even. So I'm thinking let's go with the moon on each side. And then you can change this side table here as well. Variety options again to choose from. And I think I'm gonna go with this one. And then we can customize the fireplace. So instead of being on a giant cushion, they have, you know, and this is where the purchase kind of gets in the way a little bit, but they have a variety of different cushions to choose from. Let's pick this purple one. And then we can change the rug as well. Lots of different rugs, including a lemon and lime, watermelon, and donut, I guess. Constellations one might be good for us. They have another stars one, but I think I like the constellations one better. Can change the main wall decor. Again, they have lots of like retro gaming ones. I think I want to go with flowers though, just because I like having a little bit of floral. And then you can change this side wall as well. And then that one will pick stars. And then we can change the side table to match our other side table. And then let's add some candles to that. And then we have a nice cohesive space now. So now if we go back to full view, this is what our space looks like now. I think it looks pretty cool. Matches Mrs. Frizzle a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and hide her. So now we have our Mrs. Frizzle. And then let me go to the to-do list. So that's how we can customize our space as well as level up. And then let me cover some of the new things in the update. So there is 2 new spirits. I do not have them unlocked yet, but it is called 8-bit. And I believe the other one is called Flutter Frog. And we can look at the previews for those. And this is all the new content. So we have 8-bit right here. And then we'll kind of just play this in the background while we're going. So here is 8-bit. He is a gaming monkey thing. And then I believe they show Flutter Frog here too. So he is a butterfly frog thing. Not sure how to unlock him yet, but there's the 2 new spirits. And then we already saw gaming and meditating is the new activities you can do. And we covered that there are hundreds of new items. The new music playlist was the refreshing study sessions. We covered that at the beginning. And then we also looked at the new soundscapes, which were the purring cat, the distant cityscape, Whispering Creek, and the ocean serenade. The to-do list we covered pretty extensively. The menus are movable now for the to-do list and the Pomodoro. You earn 1 spirit credit. Okay, so they're not tokens, they're credits every minute simply by spending time in the game. And that is the new update. I kind of wanted to also go over my thoughts on the game. So what I typically use this for is if I'm on the PC, and that's one thing to mention, this game currently is only available for PC, which I think is its biggest downfall because I only use my PC for gaming and content creation and like editing my VTuber. So the only times I really get to use this game for its intended purpose are for when I could be using it when I'm streaming. I could be using it or for when I'm editing my videos. So a lot of times that's what I'll do. I'll have this game in the background and then edit my videos. The intention is the game will eventually be on Mac, but there's no ETA for it. And I am not sure if it'll be available for things like the iPad, but I would like to see it come to the iPad for one specific reason. Even though it may eventually come out on a Mac, I wouldn't be able to use it anyway because I don't feel comfortable downloading a game on my work Mac because it is very strict on what it can have on it. And I have a feeling that is the case for many people. So having it on something like an iPad, but I think it make it a lot more portable and usable for people who want to utilize this as their productivity tool, but not put it on work devices and keep it on their personal devices instead. So that's something I would like to see with the game in the future. But I really do enjoy the use of the to-do list, the habit tracker, and the Pomodoro Timer specifically. So again, the standard for Pomodoro, typically most people do 25-5, but I'll actually do 50-minute focus sections with 10-minute breaks. And then I'll go like 3 times. And then I'll take a longer break after that usually. How this works is you would start it. And then after 50 or so minutes, we'll actually shorten this for now. We'll make it like 1 minute. And the timer will go on in the background, even if you have something else in the forefront. And then you can either regularly check on the timer or you can just go based off the sound. But this is the other thing that I both love and don't like about the Pomodoro Timer. It's noticeable if you're not super focused, and it can remind you to take a break. But there has been a few occasions while I'll be so focused on what I'm doing, I will not even notice the sound that you're about to hear. So I'll be quiet for a second so you can hear it. So that kind of typewriter sound is how you know that your focus session is done and your break is going forward. So now the break timer is going, and then you'll hear, I think, either the same sound or a similar sound for when it's focus time again. And then again, for each Pomodoro cycle, these will fill up. And then the intention is once you are done with all of your Pomodoros, that you would take a longer break once you're done. So really like this tool, and hopefully some of you guys can make use of it too. I believe it is on sale currently with the latest update. Yes, it is currently 30% off on Steam. But that is everything I wanted to cover for today's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed something different from me. I don't normally do product reviews, but I know we had talked about me reviewing it on Discord. So that is kind of my general thoughts and overview of the game. And if you guys would like me to cover any other games or tools or anything like that, I would absolutely love to. But I hope to see everyone soon, and I'll see you guys around.